Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. So I managed to find that Swords Dwarf, and she doesn't really have as I thought she would have more kills, but she only has 3. But still, 2 out of the 3 are notable kills. So one is snagging the troll, and Ago Razorjackal the Goblin. So, I mean, granted it was a team effort and she couldn't have done it by herself, but I mean she did manage to get the killing stroke on those last 2 guys. So, pretty impressive. Let's actually zoom real quick, see what her... So she actually managed to get hit, bruised in the upper body. Nothing too serious. Let's go ahead and check out her skill. She is a skilled Swords Dwarf. Novice shield and armor. Adequate fighter, dabbling wrestler and striker. So she's coming along. She's not doing super great. But real quick, just before we finish this up, let's go ahead and replace our lost comrade. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and replace a dead Hammer Dwarf with a Hammer Dwarf. I mean, no harm in it, right? Boom! Hammer Dwarf! He is a competent Hammer Dwarf. Very nice. I don't remember what the levels of competent are. I'll have to go back through, and a lot of these are skilled or proficient. I don't remember which is higher. But yeah, so we're just cleaning up that room again. I have told all my guys to, to leave their posts so they can go and get medical attention. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. I think we got the baby. Don't want that. We want wounds. Lower leg, drowsy. Okay, yeah. So these guys need a break. They're pretty messed up. So, but yeah. As you can see, almost no change from before. We're gonna go through. I'm gonna go ahead and have them scoop up all that equipment that's in there. But yeah, so it should be interesting. I'll be back once we've regrouped and rearmed ourselves, and more accurately, I'll probably come back when the season changes before I'm ready for anything else to happen. To be honest. So yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so just a real quick update. Apparently, the goblins have reevaluated their situation, and they are running. Siege is broken. They're taking off. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to kill that elite crossbowman, because, I would have loved to have dropped him. And taken his iron bolts, because that would have been a nice addition to my guys, but... So yeah. Siege successfully defended. I mean, we really need to step up our defensives though, because that was pretty bad. I'm not doing nearly as well as I should be doing. I'm gonna have to send someone out to mop up that troll, because they keep trying to get people and whatever, and I keep getting spammed with interrupted by troll, and he's just out there unconscious, slowly bleeding to death. Let's check to see how badly he's wounded. So yeah, so my mark stores have been tearing into him pretty badly. His head, that's actually... So his right hand is fractured, his right hand is cut open, his head is cut open, his right foot is fractured. And it's just all from bolts. His right foot is cut open, his skull is fractured, his left false rib, his left upper leg, his left lower leg, his right floating rib, his right false rib, his right ankle, his left elbow, his right lower leg, left lower leg, and man, he is just all those are all fractures, so he's not going anywhere. He's just going to stay out there and either slowly die or, not do jack until I send someone out to put him out of his misery. But, so yeah, that was an exciting, what is this now, like 3 videos? 2, like, I don't even know. Because the siege showed up in episode 24. All of episode 25 was about this. All of episode 26 was about this. And this is like, what, episode 27, I think? So yeah, pretty awesome. And yeah, man, they keep getting interrupted by that troll. Let's go ahead and... Because they're up here just trying to get this stuff. because of this dwarf who got, you know, messed up pretty badly. People keep coming in here to try to collect him. And hang on a sec. Alright, sorry about that, guys. A bunch of sirens were starting to come by, so I had to cut the video real quick. I did let a little bit of time go by just so the other invaders would leave. But yeah, so that's all of them gone except for the troll. So we're going to go ahead and open this door and send out our brute squad and to mop up. So as you can see, there is the presser, this Marks dwarf, the chief medical dwarf is doing his thing. What is this guy? Copper helm. Man, I gotta fix that. You need to not have a copper helm anymore. This is a maceman, and this is my hammer dwarf. So yeah, he's just evaluating them right now. But that's not what's important. What's important is crushing this last troll. Another Marks dwarf is going to attach to a maple crossbow, so I need to actually upgrade all of their gear fairly soon to steel, so they don't get attached to the crap that they have. So these guys should stay down here and rest. And the rest of the brute squad, the other 7, because 3 were injured pretty bad, the other 7 should come out and finish this guy off. I should also probably set up a method for washing this out, because this is getting a little ridiculous with all this blood in here, and my dwarves are not taking the time to clean it. Come on, computer, process faster. I know there's a bunch of stuff you're trying to do right now, but we just need to kill this troll. He needs to go. I don't know what that was. Oh, that is the game saving. So I'm gonna go ahead and. All right, everyone. So that was the process of the game switching to spring. So we're on the first granite, early spring. Year 254, so this is the 4th year of our fortress. So yeah, so let's finish killing this troll. Oh, one thing I should probably mention before, when I was saying that I wanted to finish upgrading my guys so they don't grow attached to things, the reason why I don't want that is because if they grow attached to a piece of their equipment, someone is shooting. If they grow attached to a piece of their equipment, then they will use that one. They will prefer to use that over all of their equipment. So I can assign them. Let's use this as an example. Let's look at this dwarf, right? Let's look at this sword. Oh, it's my sword dwarf. So okay, so if we look at her inventory, let's say for example, let's see if I can find something, some garbage that she has. So iron's not too bad. I really don't mind if they get attached to iron. Okay, no, she actually has pretty decent equipment. Let's actually go down here, because I know one of these guys has an iron helm. Or a copper helm. Who is it? It's you, I think. Wrong button. Okay, yeah, so this guy has a copper helm. So let's say he becomes attached to this copper helm. He will use this copper helm. He will prefer to use it over any other. So I could make an adamantine helm for him to use, and he will still prefer to use the copper helm over the adamantine, unless I think I can force him to use adamantine, but I don't know for sure. I think once they become attached to it, they will use that. They will only use that piece of equipment. So it could become bad. I've already had one dwarf become attached to an iron shield. As you just saw, one became attached to his crossbow, which the crossbow doesn't really, becoming attached to the crossbow isn't too bad, whatever. It's just, it's crossbow. Crossbow's crossbow, right? Crossbow works. I'm not really too bummed about the one becoming attached to the Iron Shield. Because Iron is pretty decent as a shield. I mean, I would prefer it if they weren't, but, you know, whatever. You can't always dictate that. But, so yeah, so then becoming attached to some, like, it's nice when they become attached to it, because if they become really good, then they will actually name it, and it'll become a artifact. Right now, we don't have anyone great enough to actually have their equipment be considered, you know, artifact status, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should talk about. We killed that troll. Let's have these guys go back inside. But yeah, so that's all I'm going to talk about for that. So, you know, it's now spring. We pretty much just lived through the entire last month of winter together. But hopefully, we should be due either for another caravan, hopefully the Dwarven caravan, or another migrant wave soon. Hopefully sometime this month. Also, hopefully the goblins won't bug us for a while. I need to get to work upgrading these traps. And I will accomplish that. I don't really know how I'm going to accomplish that yet, but once I figure that out, I'll let you know. So that should be it for now. We'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, so just one little quick thing I wanted to talk about. I mean, there's so many neat little touches to this game that, I mean, they're just worth getting kind of, you know, I guess nerdy over, or however you want to phrase it. So, as you can see, this is the page for our Militia Commander. And what I wanted to talk about was, if your Dwarf gets into a fight, and they get wounded heavily, like as you remember, like if we go to health, and these are old wounds, right? So his upper body was torn apart and was sutured back together. Yeah, like see, it was cleaned and then sutured and dressed and all that things. But he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything wrong with him now because he managed to live through those fights. But if we go into thoughts and preferences, it'll, you know, like these will be his thoughts, and then these are, you know, information about his past and blah blah blah. And then here we get to where his description is, and as you can see, he's missing his right thumb. I don't know how that happened, but after it talks about his general description, then it actually talks about scars that they have that they earned through battle. Well, in this case, it's earned through battle. And as you can see, it says his upper body bears the marks of old wounds, including a tiny straight scar. And that scar is from when he got cut open on his upper body and then sutured back shut. So, like, I don't know. I just thought that was pretty cool. I'm sure I could find better examples of it, but he was just the first one I thought of who was wounded in a previous fight. I'm sure if I went through all of the old guys in the squad, I could find one who had a better example of a really nasty scar, but, you know, whatever. So these two suturers need to quit, you know, being on break and actually get back and help the Chief Medical Dwarf, because as it stands, the Chief Medical Dwarf is doing all the work by himself again. You see, if we go to this guy, health, he has not been diagnosed yet. Well, actually, let's just go to the health screen. As you can see, a lot of these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 4 guys. Yeah, like a bunch of these guys have not been diagnosed yet because our Chief Medical Dwarf is just, you know, going it by himself. What does IN mean? Infection? Oh yeah! Forgot about that guy. Let's take a look. That is infection. Is that our Swords Dwarf? Has she been rocking out being a total badass with an infection still? I'm sorry, like this meant to be just a real short one. Where is that? She's a glazer. I just meant this to be a really short update, and here I am getting all weird. Okay. So it's view creature, health. Yeah, she's got an infection, and she hasn't died yet. Okay, her upper body bears a tiny straight scar. Yeah, I guess nothing too cool. But so yeah. That's really all I wanted to talk about, was just the how the game recognizes scars and things like that. But I'll be back in when something else happens. Hey you guys, back again. So, something else that I thought of while I was watching the Chief Medical Dwarf do his thing is, since I have him set up, like if we go into preferences, well, actually we go into to his skills. That is the wrong guy. We want Chief Medical Dwarf. Alright, so since he is a wound dresser and a diagnostician and a surgeon and a bone doctor and a suturer, since he does do all these things, and I had them all turned on, he is going to diagnose them and then try to go through the stages of fixing them, you know, with each of his skills. And that'd be great if we only had one guy. But we don't, we have 4. So he's going to do one and then, you know, immediately take up the job of doing the next one. And he has helpers now. He has, you know, other surgeons, like 2 other guys who, you know, can do suturing and can do wound dressing. They can't do the other 2 things, I don't think. Like, they're not a bone doctor or a surgeon. So, you know, they can't do those. They have no skill in those, but whatever. So what I did is I went into preferences and then labor. And I went down to... That is my March Dwarf again? Not what I want. Okay. Yeah, and I went down to healthcare, and I turned off everything but diagnosis. So he is not to do any of these other things. Like, all I want him to do is to diagnose the other 3 dwarves, and then once he does that, I will turn on his other hospital skills again. Because all I, like, since he's the only one who can diagnose people, he's the only one who diagnosis is important for. So I need him to diagnose these other 3 dwarves so that they can, you know, be fixed, you know, so the other 2 doctors actually have something to do. And so we don't have a case to where, like, it takes him so long getting to the last dwarf that an infection occurs. And I did that while he was suturing a guy, so he's going to continue to suture him, but hopefully once he's done, he will go and diagnose the other 3 dwarves very quickly. And then I can come back and get this, you know, get these guys up and moving again as soon as possible. And hopefully not more than one will need the traction bench. Or hopefully none of them will need the traction bench. But whatever. We'll see as that occurs. So I'll be back once that happens. Alright, so apparently my Chief Medical Dwarf is a dick, because I did that. Turned off all his skills except for diagnosis, so the only thing he has to do is diagnose. And he decides, no, he doesn't want to do that. It's his only job right now, and he's just going to chill in his room. And badly enough, we have a 5th guy in here now. We have a 5th guy. Look at this. So now there are 4 injured dwarves. Oh, he did diagnose this dwarf, though, which would be awesome, except for this guy is really messed up, and he has an infection. Oh, okay. So I'm not as afraid of infections as I used to be, because my Swords Dwarf has had an infection for like a year, and it hasn't done anything to her. But still, it's the principle of the thing. I mean, and he needs surgery. This guy is really messed up. His left hand needs surgery, cleaning, suture. He needs all. That is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I mean, that's his only job now, is to diagnose. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find my other dwarves, my other 2 doctors, and I'm gonna turn on. Where are you? Zoom creature. Preferences, labor, healthcare. You're also gonna get diagnosis. I know you don't have any skills in diagnosis, but I don't even think you can do it. I think he has to be the chief. I think only the Chief Medical Dwarf can diagnose dwarves. But whatever. So we're gonna see how this plays out. Okay, yeah, good. You lazy bastard. You need to diagnose these other 3 dwarves and get them fixed. Anyway, I'm gonna rage off camera. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so I don't know why I thought that only the Chief Medical Dwarf could do diagnosis. But as you can see, here's the Chief Medical Dwarf. He finished diagnosing this guy, and here is my suturer, one of my other doctors, also diagnosing a patient. So, you know, it's a good thing that as soon as you get other doctors, just go ahead and turn on diagnosis, even if they have no skill in it, and you know, just to kind of get that out of the way as soon as possible. I don't necessarily know if they have bad diagnosis, if it affects the diagnosis at all. I honestly really don't know, but whatever. So let's see how bad this guy's messed up. Apparently this guy has quarters and a dining room. And a cabinet. How do you have that? One chest, one cabinet. Who are you, sir? Ooh, I wonder if I got a new mayor. No, because he wouldn't automatically have... Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. Go to hell. So he's not too bad. He does need a crutch. And his left lower leg is cut open. So he's kind of messed up, but, you know, whatever. With a crutch, he should be fine in a little bit. Needs a mobilization. I'm noticing almost all my guys need a mobilization. Needs sutures and dressing. He's already been... doesn't need cleaning, it looks like. So, no chance of infection. Which is nice. No, seriously, who is this guy? Why does he have those things? It says he has a dining room. And it doesn't let anybody. Whatever, I'm gonna try to figure that out off camera, but I will be back in a bit. Alright, so I figured out why this armor has a dining room and a cabinet. Apparently, she is the wife of the captain of the guard. So his stuff is her stuff. For the most part, I just automatically assume all the dwarves are he's because the sprites are all males. So, kind of a bad habit, but, you know, whatever. So this is going to go ahead and be the end of this video. Super excited that we stopped that siege. Like I said before, I mean, hopefully we get the Dwarven Liaison sometime this month, and we will be able to get our Baron, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, if we haven't hit the, I don't know what the population limit is, but as you can see, we only have 100 adults. Our pop is 134, but our children is 34 of them, and I don't know if the game counts children towards your overall population. I don't think they do. I think child population and adult population are two separate things, or counted as two separate numbers. So we have 100 adults. We have over 1 million created wealth. 100,000 imported wealth, and only 20,000 exported. But hopefully that'll change sometime soon. I've been making a lot of stuff. So, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. It's a pretty good run. I mean, even if I fail the overall challenge of getting the Monarch to show up, I mean, this has been a pretty fun game. Pretty fun game so far. So yeah. So like I said, this is the end of this video. I will see you next time.